I believe we have been given permission to film this vehicle. This is a Rover 3.5 litre V8. It's not just any Rover V8 though, it's the Met's VIP protection vehicle, which we use to protect people like Margaret Thatcher, so it's got some amazing bits on it. You want to see what's in it? Before we go any further, I need you to click like and subscribe. If you don't click like and subscribe, we can't do this, so we do need your help. It means the world to me, so click that button now. So this is a 3.5 litre V8, 150 brake horsepower, 0-60 is about 9 seconds, and it'll do roughly about 110 mile an hour. So here to tell us more is again my good friend Jeff from the Met Museum. Jeff, tell us about this car because it's awesome and it's got some right little trick bits on it.
Yes, so this car was a special branch car. Back in the 70s, 80s, when there was a lot of IRA bombings, it was adapted to carry prime ministers, including Margaret Thatcher.
So is it bulletproof, or what's the sketch with it being protection vehicle?
So it was bulletproof. There was Kevlar armour plated, inch thick on each doors.
So that's around each door's front and rear?
Each doors, yeah. The floor pan was 2-inch thick.
Right, and that's in case it drove over a bomb or something like that as well. It wouldn't go up through the floor pan.
All the glass was 2-inch thick, bulletproof glass, which means they had to adapt it. Smaller steering wheel, not the bog standard one there.
So this one's a box standard one?
Yeah, that was removed, and a very small wheel because the glass was so thick.
Right.
You couldn't have the big steering wheel.
Right.
And it had a
sunroof, like an escape hatch.
Yeah,
sunroof. Yeah.
It's also got its own independent air supply.
Right, and that's why, in case of what?
In case of gas attacks, any type of attack,
it can filter it.
Could filter it out.
Filter its own gas. But we're talking about 1973 here as well. We're not talking about something that's modern. Yep. We're talking something that's, well, before my time. That's over 50-year-old. So to have bulletproof vehicle, to have it with its own air supply, and like I said, specialist floor pan, it's a very, very rare car, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it weighed in its time 2 tonne.
And that for a car of those
days, which, although yes, top speed 110, I would estimate about 60 miles an hour.
Because of the weight of it.
Because of the weight, yes. The Margaret Thatcher, it wasn't her everyday car. She had quite a few prime ministers, but she used to sneak out in this one.
This was a sneaky big
one.
With
one of her close protection officers used to take her out.
It at Costa Coffee.
Drive, wherever she wanted to go.
Out for a subway and that sort of thing. So just tell us what this thing's for on top as well, because this is a bit rare as well. This is a bit different.
So this is where the plaque, prime ministerial plaque, went up here.
Yeah.
We do have that in the museum.
So obviously it's a bit like a Rolls Royce thing, that comes off, the plaque goes on, and it's basically saying it's a VIP protection car, or it's used for X, Y and Z, and it can be highly identifiable. There's also something in the boot which you're going to show me in a few minutes as well. But before we go, are we all right to pop the hood? Hood? Am I American?
Hood.
Pop the engine, pop the bonnet, pop the whatever you want to call it, and let's have a look at the engine. Is that all right?
Certainly, yep.
So this is the engine. It's a 3.5 litre V8. At the moment, I can't see if there's any trick bits on it or anything like that. So, Jeff, can you tell me if there's anything done to this engine to make it faster than what it should be?
Can't tell you that, unfortunately.
And why not?
Because of the type of vehicle that it is.
Right, but this is the engine. This is what's powered Margaret Thatcher around London, and plus other VIPs around in the 70s. 1973, I believe it is.
Yes.
You've got over there some air-ons as well. Are they the standard sirens that it used to have on as well?
For this vehicle, yes.
Right, and it did have blue lights on as well.
Yes.
But they've been taken off.
Yes, they've been taken off,
And that's obviously just for the museum purposes and that sort of thing. Well, that looks absolutely fantastic. Show us the boot. Show us what's in the boot. Come round here. So this is something very, very rare, which you only see on certain VIP cars. I'll let Jeff explain it to you.
So this is part of the independent air supply that we've got here.
Yep.
We've also got this blocks a lot of radio transmissions, so people can't listen into the radio transmissions. Again, in its day, it was quite advanced.
So this is basically, it's an anti-jamming thing.
Yes.
So anyone that's such as tourists, IRA, anything like that, that are trying to listen in on police channels, this machine blocks it all out. So like I said, 1973, this is very sophisticated piece of machinery.
Yes. It's a big airwaves radio.
Yeah.
It can go to any police force in the UK. So on the inside of the car, you've got all the knobs and buttons and dials. They could go to any police force and speak to them direct.
So it could be tuned in for anything as well, and block anything as well. And that's why you know it's a VIP protection car as well. I'm going to do a criminal test on this car, but I'm also going to do a Margaret Thatcher seat test as well, so where she sat. So we're going to do the Margaret Thatcher seat test first, and then we'll do the criminal test after, so follow me. So I don't know how big the Iron Lady was, that's Margaret Thatcher for everyone that's born after 1987. I don't know how big she was, but we're going to see what it's like in her actual back seat. Now I do feel quite honoured in regards to doing this, so I'm not taking it lightly, and I'm not doing anything political as well, so I'm just telling you about it. So Oh, it's very tight. I can't even get in. Oh. Right, first of all, it's comfy. It's extremely bouncy, so you know suspension's good. Very tight on the legs, not much headroom, but to sit where a Prime Minister sat, and an iconic Prime Minister as well, it is something that not a lot of people get to do. If you want to do this, contact the Met's Museum. They will bring you down, they will show you all the cars, and you can have a look around like this. There's a link in below as well. So yeah, there's Margaret Thatcher in her seat. Thank you, Maggie, big love. And let's do the criminal test in the other seat. Oh. So, I'm not going to do a criminal test. The reason being is it's a VIP protection vehicle. You need to show a bit more respect. Criminals won't get in this vehicle. There's no headrest as well, so the criminals could lead round and grab hold of the officers that are in the front. It's used to escort royalty, stroke, VIPs, prime ministers, or anything like that. It's used as an escort vehicle, so yeah, there's no criminal test in this vehicle. All I can tell you is it's a very comfy car, and marks out of 10, I'm going to give it a 9.9. Right, we're in the car. First thing you can see, very 70s, very fake wood, massive steering wheel. Look at the size of that bad boy there. It's like we're in some sort of Lincoln Continental, aren't we, from the 30s. Jeff, what can you tell me about inside of this car?
Most of it is the bog standard. We've got a few extras. Obviously, we've got the extractor fan, which is all part of this air circulation.
Yep.
We've got sirens, gongs, beacon, radio. Obviously, we've got one radio here, and this is the main radio, which is linked to what's in the boot.
So in regards to this as well then, and because it's a VIP car and a protection vehicle, is this linked into anywhere else, such as, just say for instance, a specialist firearms unit? Would this be linked into an army command, or is this linked into anything? If you're driving around with the Prime Minister in, is it more than the police, or is it just the police radio? It'd
be more than the police because it's a special branch.
Yeah, so we're not going to talk about too much about what we can talk about, what we can't talk about. Again, automatic gearbox. It's basically what is classed as a normal car. They are an old car, but Rovers in the day, for what they are, they're quite a prestige car, weren't they?
Yes. Yeah.
One thing I'm going to have to do, can I start it up and listen to the V8?
Certainly, yes.
Is that all right?
Yep.
Right, fantastic. So that is the VIP protection car from the Met's Museum. If you want to see more cars like this, there's a link below where you can come and visit the Met. Thank you very much for watching. Click like, click subscribe, and we'll see you next time.